Hi, Al at HANKSTERS in Daytona Beach, Florida. We keep coming up with more and more neat muscle cars for you. Special guest today is one of the most desirable Camaros. Well, they're all desirable, 67, 8, and 9 especially. But a 68 doesn't have the wings. It has a solid window, makes it a little sleeker looking car. This particular car is an SS style car. It does have a big block in it. It says 350 horse, 396. We haven't checked the numbers. We will, but I believe it is a 396 after driving it. It feels like the original 350 horse style 396 in it. This particular car has power disc brakes in the front, power steering. It has factory air conditioning with a brand new air conditioning condenser in the front, an aluminum radiator helps keep it cool. You can see there's a brand new alternator on it, a brand spanking new battery on it, all new belts, the original Delco air conditioning compressor on it. It has cast iron exhaust manifolds as it would have come from the factory with. Engine compartment is incredibly clean. You can see the inner fender panels, all the wiring, everything is nice and neat as it should be for this car. It's an SS style car. It presents itself as an SS car. I don't believe that it isn't anything else except an SS car. Hard to authenticate a 67, 68 car now. Okay, we're going to go across the front end of our 68 Camaro. Things that you really can't see, and I have to point out to you, are the fitment of the hood. You can see this is just incredibly accurate, the gap. It's just as nice and smooth and correct as could possibly be. Brand new scoops that would have come in a 1968 SS style Camaro. The paint on this car is just incredible. It's white, very difficult to see in the videos, but the paint is incredible. It's very smooth, no orange peel to it. It appears very deep and lustrous. Great looking paint job on this car. Whoever did it spent a lot of time and a lot of effort to make it the quality that it is. You see across the front of the grille, none of the plastic is broken anywhere in the front area. The front spoiler doesn't have any marks or chips or anything out of it. Front bumper fitment is really nice on this car, and the chrome you can see is just as nice and deep and lustrous as can be. Great looking car across the nose here. Very good looking car. I can't see a single thing that's out of place on the front of this car. Great example of 68 Camaro. Okay, going down the driver's side, you can see the 396 designation for the engine in on the front fender. The wheel lip moldings, I can't feel any marks on them at all. SS Camaro and SS designation on the front fender, the way it came from the factory. This particular car has disc brakes in the front, which are power, which also is indicative of a real SS car. Original equipment, Goodyear polyglass tires. That would have been an option on this car in 1968 had it been ordered with the white letter tires. Absolutely flawless smoked tinted windshield in the front. Correct wiper blades and arms with this particular car. The cowl area matches up to the hood, as I said. Just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Trim around the front windows. There's no marks that I can detect anywhere on the car. Really nice. The black vinyl on the top itself is really great condition. Nice fit, no bubbles underneath. Really great looking vinyl top. Front fender to the door is really nice. Could be a little bit of adjustment here. Bring it a little closer on top and a little further away on the back end here. That's no big deal. That can be adjusted out. Again, the paint on this car is just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. The window wipes, rubbers, everything is just nice and fresh and clean. All the rubbers and seals are nice and soft and pliable. Door handle chrome is nice and bright and fresh, just the way it should be. You can't see it, but Romario will show you pictures of it, and you'll see still photos of it. The interior of the car is just gorgeous, absolutely stunning. No chips or marks or anything on the dashboard anywhere, even clean up to the windshield. The dash pad is just as nice and pliable as can be. Wood grain type steering wheel, 3-spoke, the way it would have been as an option from the factory. The staple shifter on the console, automatic. Bucket seats are really, really nice. Everything is nice and tight. Headliner is nice and fresh looking. Back seat is, well, matches the front. It's just nice and tight and absolutely like new. Going down the side, the door to the quarter has a nice fit. A little bit tight here because we have to move it forward just a hair for you to compensate for that. Drip edge, no marks at all. Most of these have a little bit of a patina to them. This particular one doesn't have any. The chrome is very, very nice on that car. Back window trim fitment is absolutely gorgeous. Back window is also tinted in this car, and the side windows also, probably because it did originally have air conditioning from the factory, so tinted glass would have probably been in 68 a mandatory option. Fender lip on the left rear. Again, no marks, no chips on it, dings on it. Side marker light's nice. Quarter panel is just as nice and straight as can be. The door fitment laterally is just gorgeous. There's no overhang or anything. There's nothing hanging out. It really looks great. It's a nice looking Camaro on this side. I haven't seen anything other than this door adjust that I can say anything negative about. Okay, going around the back end of our SS style Camaro, you can see the deck lid the same as the hood. Absolutely gorgeous fitment. The gaps are just nice and even and just as straight as can be. Bumper fitment the same way. This one is absolutely flawless. Same gap from one side to the other, no deviation. SS designation on the gas cap the way it should be. The tail light bezels, backup light bezels are absolutely gorgeous. Brand new, no marks, no pitting, no nothing. The lance doesn't have any pull marks or anything on it. Has a nice dual exhaust system on it. This particular car also, to give credence to the SS, it does have a 12-bolt posi rear end in it, which also is SS. Has, of course, a rear spoiler. Has to have a rear spoiler because it has a front spoiler. You can't get one without the other, so it definitely has the SS package with the spoilers. Okay, going down our passenger side, again, side marker light, just nice, and everything around this car is just as it was when it was new. I haven't seen a pit or a mark or anything to take away from the absolutely like new originality of this car. Really great. Quarter panel, again, no marks on the fender lip. I love these polyglass tires. They really make this car jump out at you with the white lettering, white car, black tire, black top, black in. It really has a nice contrast to it. This quarter panel is absolutely gorgeous. Forgot to mention on the other side, the rocker panel moldings, no marks or no dings or anything in it. Same thing follows through on this side. This rocker panel molding is, as you can see, absolutely flawless. No dents, no dings. Door handle, same as the other side. No marks. Nice fresh chrome. Actually, the keyholes even are new. Everything on this car is new. Door wipes on this one the same way as the other window wipes. Tinted glass, of course. Nothing. It's just not a mark, not a flaw in the drip rail molding. Front door to the front fenders, you can see, just as sweet as can be. A really great looking car, SS. No pits in the chrome on the Camaro name or on the SS designation. Correct style hats, hubcaps for this car. Front marker light the same way as the other side, 396 designation. This car is as nice a vehicle as you're ever going to find. The doors, interior, everything as fresh as can be. The sill moldings are still shiny. Carpet, everything in this car is just as it was when it was new. There's nothing that you can possibly deter from the originality of this car looks-wise. Everything fits, everything is nice as can be. It's great to find a car that has this quality and this fitment in it. A lot of these cars, there's always little things. Of course, we did find one thing on this one. We have to adjust that door a little bit, but that's it. The paint on this car is a high point. The quality of fit and finish is just as good as you're ever going to find. Certainly, it was never this good when it was new. This car is a very neat piece to have, very desirable year, very desirable combination of options. Steering, brakes, factory air, SS, automatic console, buckets, original equipment type tires, rally wheels. You got the best of the best of the best. It's an incredible car. It's a great find. It's very reasonably priced, and it's available at HANKSTERS Daytona, and you will have a lot of fun this summer with this guy. We're underneath the 68 SS style big block Camaro that we just did a walk around just a few minutes ago for you. This car underneath is just as incredible as it is on top. The paint is just astronomical on the car. The fit, finish, everything that we went around before on the top of the car is complemented the same way by the undercarriage in this vehicle. It's totally out of this world. Everything appears to be as original equipment. It does not appear to have ever had any floor pans on it, nothing done structurally to the car. All the pinch welds are from the floor pans to the rocker panels. The subframes are just as nice and clean and painted the way they were when they were new. There's no dents, no marks. Just incredible undercarriage in this car, but we'll go through a little more specific items for you. It does have brand new brake calipers on it, brand new brake rotors, new hardware for them, a new steering box, new pitman arm. You can see the engine has no leaks whatsoever on it, nowhere. No flywheel cover, torque converter cover, which is very common in the southern states. People leave them off just to help cool some of that, all that heat being kept in around that converter is not helping that oil anyway. So 90% of the time when we have a car down here in Daytona Beach, it has the shield removed, which is no big deal. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts to put it back on. If it's an issue, we'll get you one. Turbo 400 transmission. Notice the braided stainless steel cooling lines that go to the front for the transmission oil cooling system. The pipes are 2.5-inch stainless steel coming off the cast iron exhaust manifolds, which are high temp coated. You can't see them from the video, but they are high temp coated. There's no rust, no skill, no nothing. You can see the underside of this engine has been out and everything's been freshened up on it. It's just as clean and nice on the sides as it was when it was new, so that the block's been tanked and everything on this car has been going over. It's a complete rebuild on this engine. Okay, going back further through the car, someone's put a new cross member on with a brand spanking new high dollar engine transmission mount that fits on it. Drive shaft appears to be completely redone. New U-joints on it. New parking brake cable appears also to be stainless steel and functional. Original brake lines going toward the back, 3/8-inch fuel line on the right-hand side of the car going forward, which would be correct for a big block car in 1968. The 2.5-inch pipes transition into 2 Flowmaster mufflers that don't even have the paint burned off of them yet. They're absolutely brand spanking new. This far back in the car, we're over halfway back through the car, and there's absolutely nothing for me to tell you. No dents on the floors, no rust, no deterioration anywhere, no marks on the subframes. The mounts are all nice and fresh looking. There's nothing on this car to say negative about. Nothing, absolutely nothing so far. Okay, going through the other half of our SS style 68 Camaro. Again, there's nothing. The torque box is in the front for the multi-leaf springs, which would be standard on an SS Camaro in 1968. Nice arch to the springs yet. Again, the torque boxes have no superficial marks, no jack marks on them or anything. Brake lines just as nice and clean as they were when they were new, and they are original. You can see there's no deterioration at all on them. Staggered shocks, the way it would have been correct for an SS car, with a 12-bolt posi rear end in it also. 2 1/8 pipes going out the back end of the Flowmaster mufflers that you can see the paint is still fresh on. They may be stainless also. New U-joint, like I said, in the back of the drive shaft also. There's absolutely nothing. The drop downs in the quarter panels are still original, still the spot welds in all the places where they should be. A brand spanking new gas tank in it, brand new straps for it also. Someone's given you a brand new fresh fuel system to start life in this car. All new lines coming out of it, which means it has a new sending unit, and the gauge does function, so it does have a new sending unit and lines coming out of the tank. Drum brakes in the back, as they should be for 1968. They didn't put four-wheel discs in them in 1968. There is absolutely nothing under this car that I can tell you a negative on. I don't see any superficial jack marks. I don't see any deterioration. I don't see any scale. I don't see any rust. I do see all the original pinch welds. New cross member, new tranny mount. Everything on this car is as it was in 1968 when it left the factory. This car is one of the nicest Camaros I've been under for a long time. Occasionally you find a little mark here or a little something there to at least point out. On this particular car, I can't find a single thing. You're buying an incredibly nice car for 1968, and it's available at HANKSTERS in Daytona Beach, Florida.